Hey there, baby cakes. We're going to do a price update and go through Bitcoin, Ethereum, PulseChain, and some altcoins. I'm going to just tell you what's been going on, and we are still stuck in this little range here for Bitcoin. Everybody is waiting for Bitcoin to finally crack the top. We are still in the US summer, and usually these take some time for us to filter through. And already, before this happens, people are already talking about altcoins. This is a picture out here from Crypto Banter. You can see that they were talking about altcoins. I've noticed many influencers out there, they're just specifically focusing on the alts. They're like, oh, we're on a backseat and now we're going to go forward. This is very different to the previous cycle. I can tell you this right now. We never thought there would ever be another bull market in altcoins ever again. But right now, everybody is already prepared for it. And you might say, is that not good? No, it's not necessarily good. It means the weaker hands will be buying them early. You see this alt season altcoin stuff? This was not being posted around in 2019. It was just Bitcoin only. And so we can see, if you look at this top 50 performance over the last season, 90 days, you can see Bitcoin right here, and all this red is all these alts that are underperforming. These are just these short-term pictures to try elaborate to you what's going on with Bitcoin versus the others. You can even see Bitcoin Cash here was somehow going up. But don't worry about these for now, because we're going to have to play a different game, friends. We're going to have to beat the crowd. You have to, if you want the higher reward, you have to take risk. So while Bitcoin sits here, I'm just going to move up in a time frame. You can see we are still stuck in this zone. The weekly chart still says the same thing. I have my path here, which we may or may not take. And my speculation is, because there are more people in the game, we're on Twitter, we're on YouTube, there's more influencers, everybody's here for altcoins, everybody is here for the money, not the tech in crypto. Okay, if this upsets you, please put down your water pistol, just conveying to you the truth. People are here for the money, not the tech, on average, 95%. So we have to then figure out, how are we going to play to an advantage knowing this information? Well, what I believe will happen is, markets will continue doing what they're doing, which is they will get more efficient. People will front run the future more. So instead of there are two scenarios that can happen. Either we get no bull market, but it comes like years later and it's super big, or we get a preemptive bull market. What I mean by that? Well, alt seasons used to happen after Bitcoin breaks its all-time high. Then we get the alt seasons after Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. It's possible, because there are so many people now, and we're watching Bitcoin here, we might see a preemptive alt season, a burster recovery. Everyone's coming in for the altcoins. It might be because of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF approval. Maybe it starts coming. Remember, this vertical line is the Bitcoin halvening, and remember, the crowd is getting smarter and smarter. They're not going to wait until the Bitcoin halvening to dump. So we're going to see, are there little alt seasons that appear when this is happening? I think there will be, but we're going to sit and reserve our judgment and wait, because our chairs are squeaky, our elbows are pointy, and we got to be prepared for every scenario of war. We already saw there was a little peppy season here. You saw this already. This is the market. It's telling us, talking to us. That's why I'm here as a vessel to tell you. It's trying to inform us. People are here for the new Ponzi coins. They want the Ponzi's, the DGen, the casino, the gaming, the NFT, whatever it is. They just want it to go up. That's what they want. And of course, we all know it. It's gambling with your friends. That's what crypto really is when you think about it. Right? It's not even a metaphor. You are gambling with your friends. We all know the game. So when we're looking at this, we're waiting for Bitcoin to reach maybe its nuclear heights, and we're going to see what happens in this zone, because it's likely alt seasons start happening. This is what I'm just feeling, because who's going to sit here, watch Bitcoin go up and not act? Because look at this. Bitcoin has been on such a diminishing return path that even if it goes up here 60%, think about this. The new people coming in, your 10 grand turns into 16 grand. That's a joke for crypto. Why is it a joke? So it's not being greedy. If you're from the stock market world, you look at this, you might say, what's wrong with 60%? I'll tell you what's wrong. Crypto is not backed by anything. We don't have the US government. We have nobody printing money to help us. So your downside in crypto is zero. And you know this every day, okay? That's right. You have to take your own financial responsibility. I can only tell you what I'm doing, but you have to make your own decision of buying and selling and doing everything. And we all know the game. We can go to zero tomorrow. We can literally go to zero. Nobody is saving us. So if you want me to take that risk, you better compensate me with more reward. And the market says that itself. So if I was to map out how I think this is going to play out, you see these two arrows? These arrows are 12 months after the Bitcoin halvening and 18 months. traditionally, this is when the final big seasons happen. So what I think is going to happen is people are going to get trapped here because they are not buying in the depression zone here. So it's going to be more apparent as we get there. We might see a couple of old seasons as we go along the way, and then we'll probably find out that the new coins always perform better. And I think as a whole, most altcoins are going to unfortunately disappoint. But hey, you can't say I didn't warn you or prepare you, because I've been yelling from the rooftops saying you have to take advantage of the depression prices. I don't care how low these things go. You will regret it in the future. Everybody thinks they're going to buy altcoins through their high, and they'll be able to make 5 or 10x the highs. Absolutely no chance. Good luck to that. And a coin that's been keeping it together is Ethereum. Maybe you've heard of Ethereum. This is the ETH BTC ratio. You can see we are still in this range after more than 2 years. It's crazy and fantastic. I can already see the trap. You see this golden box here? At some point, I think Ethereum will trade up here at it'll be at a higher price relative to Bitcoin. And at these tops, everybody's going to call for flippings. Everybody's going to call for the flippings. You see this horizontal line, friends? This is when Ethereum flips the market cap of Bitcoin. It's when Ethereum is 16% of Bitcoin's price. That's when everybody's going to call for a flipping. We don't know what the US dollar is going to be. It is a ratio. So up here, everyone's going to probably call flipping. And those will probably, unfortunately, be the trap zones. But we are prepared for that already. This spread has been keeping it together and keeping everyone optimistic, especially to the bear. And looking at ChainLink, I've already gone through this to show you. ChainLink had a little poke below its 13-month range, and now it's returning back to the middle. Usually when this happens, if this is one of these Wyckoff things that they call it, you usually zip back to the top. Now you finally cleared the range, go, and we continue. But look, what I'm about to tell you, this is going to trap everybody, and it's not just Chainlink. Every single crypto coin has this chart. By the time we get to this end of 2024, around here, this zone, we all believe that if our coins do this, they come up here, something happens, we all think the next leg's going to be zip through the high. But what if Bitcoin scams us? What if Bitcoin stops? This is a chart no one wants to see for any coin. I don't care what coin it is. Could be HEX included. Every single community, you are at risk of this. We are all at risk of this if Bitcoin stops, because the future's outside of our control. So this is the worst chart of everybody wants to see, right? Just a double top like this of any altcoin. And I'll tell you something right now. I'm here to inform you, friends. I am replaying all my experience in markets and wisdom for you right now. And whenever I think of the worst scenario to screw us, it happens. It happens. I promise you it happens. Not worst as in like an unreasonably worst, like, okay, yeah, a comet hits Earth, we go to zero. Not that. But I mean, what pattern would be the worst? The worst type of pattern is the one that gives you hope and keeps you holding. That's actually the worst type. Because if something goes to zero today, you can move on with your life. The worst type of experiences in markets, you'll never find more disappointments than in the cryptocurrency industry, I'll tell you that. So I'm just telling you, this is what might happen. Yeah, that's right. Maybe Chainlink only goes to 35 or 50 bucks, and then everybody thinks Bitcoin's going to 100K next leg, but Bitcoin actually scams us down. And we do something like this. My base case for something like this is, if I'm just to guess, we go back to the high, we stop out, and then we have a 1-year bear market from 2025, maybe first quarter to 2026. And then we actually continue. That's what I kind of guess. I think that's what happens. We actually do this, and it ends up being a giant cup and handle. That's my guess. Why? Just because I believe too many people are coming in for the money. We have not made any new blue chip. So Bitcoin was a blue chip. Ethereum was a blue chip. Uniswap is a blue chip technology. Great. I haven't seen anything being made yet, which we can consider a level up for the whole industry. That's personally what I'm just being completely objective. But hey, you know, the best part is all the prices, if you wanted to participate, they are so cheap right now. All your DCA bullets protect you from the danger in the future. We don't have to worry because we're still in the danger zones, right? We're still in the cheap price zones. When we start getting up to the middle of the ranges for every coin, this is where everybody's going to feel confident. But now that's where they're at the most risk. So this is the unfortunate part that's going to come for the future. But hey, we did the homework and we get to sit here. So this is the total crypto market cap. This is the altcoin market cap. We can see it's doing this little double bottom. Hopefully this continues up. Once again, friends, what if it goes up somehow and then we do this cup and handle? So it looks like one giant cup and handle. That would be the absolute worst case. And I'm telling you right now, markets, they hunt you. They hunt you. The market wisdom, the big, the scammers, the cosmos, unicorn, fairy dust, aliens. God himself, I don't know, but whoever's in control, this is what happens. They will hunt the most disappointing scenario. And the most disappointing scenario is first give them hope and then take it away. That's the most disappointing scenario, because the hope part is the dopamine and the serotonin in your mind going nuts. You start dreaming of the future. Then they take it away. Then you come down. That's exactly what markets do time and time again. And now, friends, we're going to have a look at the PulseX yield farms. Very interesting. We have the yield farms and the logos down at the bottom. You can see here, ChainLink from Ethereum was added. Yes, the real ChainLink. You can bridge it in, tie it with Pulse, and earn 354% APR. But of course, have a look at this. When you look at the liquidity, friends, check this out. This is only $344,000. This is a very small amount. It is very easy for it to go to $1 million, and then this yield would go down huge. But this is the crazy part too. ChainLink from Ethereum has no use case. You can't do anything with it. You can do native staking with ChainLink themselves, and I think you only get like 4 or 6%, which is garbage because they're inflating it at 16%. So you don't earn any proper use case yield from ChainLink on the Oracle at all. All right, they're probably saving it for the bull market. But this is what Richard Hart's whole goal is. His goal is, he says, I'm going to give altcoins an actual use case. This is how he's mentioned this before. And what he means by that is, if you bridge in your coin and tie it in, you can yield farm with it. He's actually giving you a use case for your coin. And of course, this seems like a joke right now. They always do, right? First they laugh and they ignore, etc. But eventually, people will start to see that if you don't participate in this, then you're missing out. That's what people are going to feel. Why? Because you're going to find out the truth. The truth is, and we already know this, people are here for the money. People are here for the casino. People are not here for the tech. They say they're here for the tech, but they're not. Once they start seeing people participate in this, it's going to go wild. This is why I think, this is my theory, friends. My theory speculation is, when Richard Hart's going to add other farms, they're all going to tie to Pulse. Once they are linked with Pulse and he is happy with all the communities he's in, then he's going to pump Pulse. And Pulse is going to go up. The whole ecosystem is going to go up. Because then we are liquidity bonding every single community out there. And we're riding them up together. That's going to be a huge marketing effect. That's just what I guess. I don't know what's going to happen. There are no expectations. We can go to zero tomorrow. But if you're trying to get me to feel out what's happening, that's what I think is happening. That's why we have these little liquidity locust runs of people coming in and out, tying the liquidity. There's been some people dumping their free coins, but that's okay. Let that happen. We're just going to move beyond that. And look at this. Someone even said to me, look, Pepe from Ethereum with Pepe, it's only 16% APR. Let me tell you something. You can't even do anything with other coins out there. Don't worry about this yield farm. This is literally better than anything else out there. Nothing else is going to give you this yield. You can't do anything with these other coins. Zero use case. They're there just for speculation. So Richard Hart knows. He knows this when he made HEX. He knows people want yield. They're here. There is a consumer demand for passive income. We want a number to go up. We want to be given something for holding, for providing a service. Humans, us, we want to participate. It's the truth. That's exactly what the premise is. So of course here, right, I'm going to show you as well the butchered eHEX to pHEX price. But like I said to you, friends, this has been going down, down, down. I don't know where it's going to stop or what it's going to do. I'm still in the V2 liquidity yield farm, still providing liquidity. I'm going to reassess this in 12 months because these little short-term bursts, right, you will get psyched out. You don't know what's coming around the corner. I'm going to reevaluate this in January 2024. I'm going to give it a year, probably even later than that, 12 months. You're earning the yield, see what happens, and take it from there. And now I want to show you something interesting. This is SHIB. This is P-SHIB. This is the PulseChain version of SHIB. As you can see, there was a run-up. So people were buying the rumor that they're expecting Richard Hart to add a SHIB farm. And as you can see, as it goes up, people are just trading with themselves here and just pumping and dumping and trading it around. So people are just speculating on rumors and stuff. So you might find if he does add a farm, maybe he does one burst and then comes back down if that happens. But of course, I'm not buying these. I'm not touching these. I'm not playing in this game. Let other people do it. This is for onboarding people outside of the ecosystem. This is the marketing strategy to do it. As you can see here with Pepe. So Pepe did a big run up. It came for the yield farm. It popped up here. And then look, it came all the way down 76%. So what happened was there are big Pepe insiders They've just taken their free coins and they just dumped it. And I saw on Twitter, a lot of people are upset. But look, friends, just chill out. Just chill out, okay? This is how you forge the victory. In these trenches, you are at war. So let's get your little helmet. Let's get your little helmet, friends. You're at war, and get your little water pistol, okay? You are at war, and these are the trenches. So we had we push upwards, and then we have this one anonymous paper hand, whoever he is. He dumps it down. He takes his 55 Ethereum. He calls the whole thing stupid. He takes his free money. That's fair enough. But here's the thing. How do you think these stories are made? Do you think these stories are made where everything just goes up in a straight line? Because it doesn't work like that. What happens is what's happening right now. So people come in. Let's put it down here, okay? So people come in. We see what's going on. It markets themselves. That Poopy McPoop face, the paper hand, he sells. Okay, he sells. He calls himself a genius. And he sends us back to the trenches. That's okay. But over time, we perhaps might see more liquidity bonding, more buying slowly. The community comes together. People in the HEX and PulseChain community, they're already making Twitter spaces saying, we are Pepe supporters on PulseChain. We want to support it. So I'd like to elaborate you the game of what's going on, friends. The whole game theory is this Pepe was given for free to existing Pepe holders. Do you understand that? It's given. So they are part of the community, whether you like it or not. You have free coins on the community. Now, this person who wants to call him a genius, he sold down everyone's coins in the real Pepe. He didn't sell down PulseChain users. He sold down everyone's free money. So the game theory is, in the midst of this turmoil, in the trenches here, the community will rally. They will either directly abuse this person, or they will gather around and support, and they'll say, hey, we should support this. We all have free money here. If we make it work, then we all win. This should happen as well with other coins, SHIB, ChainLink, other communities. Now, it's not going to be a 100% win rate, but I'll tell you right now, free money is free money. It's a bear market. Let me tell you something. What do you have to lose if, firstly, it's a bear market, everyone's down 95%? There are people out there with, like, maybe you got $10,000, and maybe here you're seeing your coin is worth like $20. And then you have every incentive to tell the community and to promote the fact that, hey, we should let this get to parity one day. Parity means the P token matches the Ethereum version token of the price. So you're thinking about your potential airdrop, what would be worth. If it got to parity, your $20 might be an extra $2,000. If it goes there one day, it goes another 100x or whatever it is. So that is what's going on in the background. And you got to multiply this effect by every single community out there. SHIB, ChainLink, Mana, whatever it is, every single one. Here we have Pepe as well. All these other ones. That is how we're putting the story together. Of course, this is barely just getting started. This is nothing. This is just the jibby jabby up and down. Woo, what are we doing? That's the very, very early part. So as time goes on, people will realize they all have these coins. And then first they hate PulseChain. Then it will become a dislike. Then it will become a neutral. Then when all the liquidity is bonded, it pumps up. And then slowly you start to see the liking. You start to see people, wow, this guy improved. PulseChain has improved our community. It's given us even a use case. Like, think about this, man. You can't do anything with Pepe right now. Pepe's just a pump and dump. You can actually now yield farm. It's an actual use case. So isn't that great? People want utility and you can earn yield. That's what we actually want to do, friends. You know when people say, when people actually say, I want utility in my crypto, what they actually mean is, I want to get more of the coin. I want to put my coin somewhere and I want to get more of it. Give me inflation, give me rewards, give me a use case, just give me more yield. That's what I want. That's what people actually mean when they talk about that. This is P-Link itself. P-Link, this is a perfect example, friends. I just talked to you about the Pepe guy who thought he's some sort of genius, right? Look what happened. P-Link went up. Some idiot, right, and he is an idiot, sold it all the way down 99%. He paid all the slippage, congratulations, and then it rallied from his low. Thank you very much, rallied 40x. So congratulations, sir. You literally robbed yourself of the future. Now this person is going to be super angry if P-Link goes up. Wow, he's going to be so tilted. And other people have held through the pain, and that's fantastic. So this is P-Link worth 9 cents now. Imagine how fuming he's going to be if it hits $1. He sold his P-Link for 2 cents average price. Wow, and it's going to go, imagine it goes up $1. How much anger is there going to be in this person's blood? And here, kind darlings, I'm just going to end it with a Pulse and PulseX chart. So we see there's no love given to Pulse, PulseX, eHEX, pHEX. There's just no love anywhere. That's okay. That's part of the game. I hope what you've learned from this video is I got to show you that the first goal is to get, first goal, this is just, I'm just guessing here, first goal, get every single big community to bond their coins to Pulse. That's a first goal. Second goal, then we pump PLS to drag us all up together. So that's what I think is actually happening right now. We are in the first goal. We're in the first step. So we've got to get Peppy. We've got to get Link. We've got to get Shib. We've got to get Mana. You go down the list. You find the biggest market cap ones. You get them to start bridging in and to start bonding with Pulse. Once they start bonding their coins with Pulse, then we can start to go up, and then people be like, whoa, what's going on? Because now they have a direct financial incentive to go up. And you might even find they buy Pulse. So they probably want to buy Pulse. They might not sell their coin. So this is why Richard is smart. So he believes, so this is, if we go to the deep issues. So if you, let's say you bridge in, if someone bridges in, so if you bridge in Peppy from Ethereum, let's say you put in $5,000, okay? What Richard believes is, he goes, some people will buy more PLS to do the Peppy PLS yield farm. So this is where the rubber meets the road here, where we're actually, this is where actually everything's starting to get tied together. So people who bridge in the Peppy, they want to get the yield. They go, okay, well, to get the yield, I have to buy this other Pulse coin. So PLS. So that's where we're probably going to see people buy it to match it and consider that. I mean, effectively, what you could do, here's the other way. They could sell half their ePeppy and buy Pulse with it. But that's exactly what he wants as well. So, I mean, isn't that the intended goal? You're selling your altcoins to go buy our altcoin, the one that we hold. You're selling your ePeppy to buy our Pulse. You never know what happens, friends, with these. So, it's fantastic what might happen. Can I just tell you something? I wouldn't be surprised if, remember, no expectations. No expectations, I'm going to tell you. I wouldn't be surprised if once RH, the duck, gets all the liquidity bonding goals done, so Shib, Link, Peppy, etc. Once he gets it all done, right, he then switches the APR yield farm and gives heaps to PLS, right? PLS, HEX, PLSX. I won't be surprised if he does that at some point. And why? Why is that? It's just because if people, this is why I believe, okay? If people are in liquidity bonding and yield farming and they are here to grab like 20% APR. So if I bring back this ePeppy, if people are willing to sit in Peppy for 16%, 50%, if it goes down, let's say they're just down 15% both. And remember, that's more yield than you ever get on Peppy because you're getting 0% yield. I think once all the eyeballs are watching, if he switches all the PulseX yield farms, if he switches their multiplier up and he puts them up at like 200%, we might find people selling their altcoins to go buy PulseX just for the yield farm and to give even more pump pressure. So you might find, so this is everybody's eyeball. So when everyone sees PulseX, HEX giving big yield farms, they might sell all their might sell parts of their altcoins and buy into PulseX, HEX. So this is a particular game theory that probably might happen. This is just my guess, but I'm here to give you some optimism for the future. So when you see stuff like this, there are things ahead that you can do. It's not happening right now. So people are getting washed out with time. All right. So we've gone through a lot of exciting stuff, friends. So hey, you know, even if this doesn't happen, who cares? Who cares? At least, like, you need to put a carrot in front of yourself, friends, so you can at least make sure that you make it to the end. Because at the end of the day, we have all the eyeballs watching. This is Pulse, also PulseX. These are weekly candles. Hopefully, we are forming this little roundy. We can start to swoop back up. And of course, we'll end up finally with the PulseX Pulse ratio. You can see now we're back in this buy PulseX zone. I would not personally buy all PulseX only. That's just me. But I would scale in. So let's say you had 50-50 ratio. I would start to do like 10% of it. Whatever you're going to allocate, rotate 10% in just to start participating, because you never know with these. You never know what if Pulse goes on a big run, it pushes this down. That's also possible, okay? So just be careful out there. Don't go all in or all out on one thing. Stay with the mindset that we're going to make it to 2024. Don't forget to tell mum and dad our elbows are pointy, our backs are straight, and our fluffy slippers, they're still on and they're keeping us warm. Like and subscribe, press the bell button and all. Thank you very much. I'm going to catch you next one.